Hi everyone, my name is Dawson and I own a company that helps dentists increase their implant and Invisalign production. If that's something you're interested in, feel free to book a free call at the link below. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. So on some of these calls that I've been having with dentists, what I find is a lot of them haven't run ads for implants at all. Some of them don't have any experience with it. So the goal of this video is to kind of give you a mindset, how to kind of give you the blueprint, if you will, of where to start if you have been running ads, and if you have, if you are a seasoned veteran, if you're a professional in this space, feel free to stick around and look at some of the ways that I go about structuring things, and it can benefit you if you're just starting out or if you've been doing this a long time. The first thing I want to mention is be specific. When you're making your plan, when you're making your strategy, don't leave anything up to chance. Have clear expectations of what you want to put in and what you want to get out. This is one of the biggest things that I see most dentists struggle with, is whenever I have them on the call and we're talking about kind of what their goals are, a lot of them aren't really sure. So feel free to think about, how many implant cases am I doing this month? How do I want to grow that? How does that affect my monthly revenue? What do those numbers look like? And really have clear expectations of where you are now and where you want to be in the future. By not having clear goals or expectations of what you want to get from marketing, you're ultimately setting yourself up for heartbreak and failure. Not really knowing what you want to get out of something is not a good plan. Have a plan, be specific, and make sure it's measurable. The next part of our process is to assess your market. It's important to know how populated, how dense the area is in order for you to be able to market effectively. Are there a couple competitors that are also advertising for implants? Is there no one else? This is going to change your strategy in terms of how much you need to spend to be competitive and how you can position yourself in the implant market to stand out. Another important thing to do is figure out where you're going to send traffic. Now, before you go crazy, before you create the campaign, you want to be specific on where you're going to send people, how you want everything to flow, what are your expectations for how many people are going to see your ad, what's the amount of people that click onto your website, what's the rate there, the click-through rate. Having those numbers and just kind of ballparking everything before is going to get you better results because you know what to look for. The next part of the process is quality content. Now, it's important to get familiar with these patients that are needing implants. What do they want? What are they like? How do they act? Really get familiar with that. Think about a perfect patient. What are they like? How do they sound when they talk? What are they interested in? If you create a video designed around helping that person, kind of walking them through the process of getting an implant, that's going to be a home run. If you come in it from the tone of you're talking to your best friend, you have a sense of urgency, you really want to help them figure out, okay, is this the right thing for them? How to vet their dentist? All these nuances and all these pieces of information strung together in a video, that's going to be insanely powerful. When people feel that tone, when they have the information behind leading them down in the implant process, those two things together are going to work like magic on Facebook. The next part is to optimize. Really think about how are you going to retarget these people. If someone watches 90% of your video and they don't click through to your landing page, maybe they were thinking about something, maybe they got interrupted by their granddaughter or someone else. How are you going to get those people back? I really think about creating your retargeting around that type of situation. Someone that was interested but just got pulled away for something else. A great way that I do this is retargeting a percentage of the video watched. If someone watches over 50% of a video, obviously they're engaged with the content. Maybe they just got pulled away because they need to get back to what they were doing, but they're interested in the content. So what I like to do is have a ad set targeting video percentage watched, as well as people that visit the landing page but didn't get the chance to book an appointment. So those two types of audiences, those things are important to keep in mind before you run ads. The next thing that you need to do is prepare the front desk for battle. Give them a Braveheart speech, really pump them up about all the new leads we're going to have coming in, and really show them the ropes of how to interact with a new patient. I really think about take it seriously, have them set aside time just where they call leads, just where they can have this uninterrupted part of their day where they don't do anything else aside from engaging with those leads. If it kind of becomes a point where they're always doing something else, if it's not scheduled, then it's not going to be consistent. You're not going to get as good results because it's going to be an afterthought. It's going to be the last thing on their mind. You need to prioritize it in order for it to be successful. That's what we've seen when we worked with clients. Make sure they're calling the leads within 24 hours. Make sure they keep the leads warm. Follow up with them in order to schedule them for that appointment. The final part is to dial in your consult. Think about what it looks like to have a perfect appointment. What is the patient experience from A to Z? When they walk in, how's that interaction? How long are they waiting? As throughout the appointment, what questions are they asking? How are you answering those questions? Having an idea of a perfect appointment, a perfect vision of what you want everything to look like, having that is key in order to be successful, because it's going to be easier for you to be able to replicate that. It's going to be easier for you to begin to kind of pull more appointments into that perfect state in order to get the desired outcome. Now, obviously, if they don't need the care done, if there's a better option for them, present that instead. But for people that need the treatment, really think about what does that perfect appointment look like. Don't be the guy that gets the lead and they don't get the consult. Just don't be that guy. That concludes the video for today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below, and subscribe if you're interested in seeing more content like this. Until next time, I will see you later.